Hey guys, what's up? A lot of you asked me to review a video by Dr. Gundry over the last few months. I picked out a random one. It's called 5 Unbelievable Benefits of Basil.
Let's talk about the health benefits of basil. As most of you have heard,
I'll tell you right away, there are none because it's a toxic herb.
I am a huge fan of basil. Basil is so...
If you would be a huge fan of basil, then you would eat it every day just like that raw. Just sit there and just eat basil. Does anybody on this earth do that? No, not that I've seen it.
important in so many ways that you probably aren't aware. First of all, eating basil boosts immunity. Basil can...
I can tell you right away what he will say here, but actually let's just listen for a little bit. But they all say the same always.
Contains some fantastic polyphenols and flavonoids and...
Those are toxins, that's been proven. Literally, when they come in contact with your cells, they kill your cells. But go on, you ignorant man.
Antibacterial compounds that fortify the...
Everything that is antibacterial is anti-life. That's it, because there's nothing antibacterial that doesn't kill your cells. Antibacterial means anti-life, it kills all life forms, which means that if it comes in contact with your cells, it kills your cells. That's it. There's nothing antibacterial that's good for you, because bacteria are the microbes that live in your body. You're made out of bacteria. You have more bacteria in your body than actual human cells.
The immune system and help fight common infections. Now, you may know that
How would they fight an infection exactly?
basil is actually part of the mint family.
Yes, and these toxic green leaves, which you can pick outside, which nobody would ever eat, from the mint family, were used for abortions. Not that popular, but these are also used, which means that if you, as a woman, eat this, you will have a miscarriage. They call it a natural abortion. Obviously, there's nothing natural about it as such. It's very likely, if you eat basil also, that you will lose your child because of how severely toxic it is for you. That should already tell you everything. It's just a huge red flag. You cannot look at a woman losing her baby while eating basil or anything from the mint family, but then at the same time believe that it's good for you.
And as a mint family member, it has lots of really cool compounds that fight infections and improve immunity. So some of those compounds are ursolic acid, eugenol, and cinolol.
Methyl eugenol? Yeah, that's what he means for sure. It's found to be a carcinogen. Obviously, because when it enters your body's cells mutate and try to adapt to whatever you're doing when you are eating unnaturally, when you consume a lot of toxins, even anti-nutrients. All of this mutates your cells. That's what cancer cells are, mutated cells essentially, to put it simply. And if you eat basil, and if that's what happens, then of course, again, it's a very huge red flag, because your cells, I was going to say haven't adapted to it. Obviously they can't, because it's toxic to your cells. Your cells try to simply manage it. Your cells try to adapt to whatever you're doing, as I said, and that's just what they do in response to basil. But that's just a huge sign that you shouldn't be eating them.
They actually help digestion as well. Studies published in the Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine, patients who consumed basil experienced a significant decrease in symptoms of gastrointestinal discomfort even after 3 to 5 days of consuming basil.
I would need to see proof, and then I would need to see how they actually define that. What kind of benefits did they see? If we do not know what exactly happened, then we cannot really talk about it, seeing as, maybe he will say in a second, usually these guys don't even explain anything or define what they mean. It's just that they oftentimes give very strange reasons and then say that that's a benefit even though it isn't a benefit. So you need to very concretely now say what actually improved.
And there's so many great ways to consume basil, and we'll get to that in the end. It repels insects. Well, that's right.
That's an even bigger red flag, because if an insect, which is just a smaller animal, it's really just a smaller version of you, the bigger animal, if an insect doesn't want to get close to basil or any plant that's toxic, then come on, man. It's just clearly showing that it's toxic for this animal, which means that it's toxic for any animal. What happens with insects is that they die and get severely poisoned if they are somehow confronted with these toxins. But if a human being eats it or even smells it, then it kills your cells, and your cells mutate because of these carcinogens and these other toxins which he mentioned, the polyphenols, the antioxidants, which are oxidants for you as a human. It's antioxidants for the plants. It's defense mechanisms.
It turns out that basil oil has been proven to be an effective non-toxic mosquito.
How can it be a non-toxic mosquito repellent? I guess he was going to say, if this animal doesn't want to get close to it. If you put this on your skin and you smell it, you will very likely have an allergic reaction, because obviously your body reacts allergic to the toxicity of the basil, of the oil. It's just a very concentrated form of these toxins in the oil. That's why it's so potent. And that's why it works. But why would you put it on your own skin? If this stuff enters your body, then you will poison yourself.
An insect repellent. In fact, one study showed that basil essential oil was found to be a mosquito repellent. It could offer protection for 2 to 3 hours after application. Now, this
That's horrible. That means that it's very potent.
was actually comparable to commercial products like repellents, although it's not as long-lasting as DEET repellent. I'm not a big fan of DEET, but mosquitoes love me. So basil is in my armamentarium to repel mosquitoes. Just smear some oil on where you're worried about. And by the way, it smells great. Now, basil's antioxidants.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell great. That's the whole reason why it repels the insects. They do not want to get close to it because of the smell already. How do you not get it? Nobody on earth believes that it smells good. If they would drink it, they would eat it, they would just eat, as I said, the green leaves, but nobody does that because of how horrible it smells and it tastes. It's insanely bitter to the point where you would throw up if you would eat just a little bit too much. And if you would drink the oil, then you're done. You would right away be hospitalized. That's how insanely toxic it is.
Help protect cells. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that participants who consumed basil extract had higher levels of antioxidant, including glutathione peroxidase.
Oh my God, I'm done. I can't. Glutathione is released when toxins enter your body. Oh my God, man, I can't. How can you be so ignorant? I get it. Most people today are very ignorant when it comes to biochemistry, biology in itself. But to not understand that when you consume basil and glutathione is released in response to the toxicity of this toxic green leaf, then it's just amazing, because this guy is supposed to know what he's talking about. That's what a lot of people believe. That's why I wanted to make the video. I didn't know that it's going to be this bad. This is bad. This shows an insane level of ignorance. This is just beyond being ignorant about biochemistry, because everybody who understands even the slightest thing about it knows that whatever you consume, which triggers the release of glutathione, should never be consumed again, because that's right away the biggest red flag in biochemistry. Glutathione released, never eat again, toxic. Everybody knows this, except for him somehow. I don't know how he doesn't get it. It's actually really amazing to me.
And superoxide dismutase.
Same thing exactly, literally the same.
just by consuming basil.
Yeah, it's a toxic green leaf, that's why it smells horrible, it tastes horrible, it's literally your natural senses telling you not to eat it. Then you even have the proof that glutathione is released and the other human antioxidants, which do actually help you, yet you still say, eat it. And you can't be more stupid than this.
Sounds pretty good. Now, before we continue, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Basil can promote a healthy gut microbiome.
Oh my God, that's impossible. It's literally already clear that it kills your cells and the microbes, but he already said that it kills your bacteria, essentially, that's what he said. How would it then be good for your gut microbiome, for the microbes in your gut? This is just one of the stupidest videos I've ever seen.
It turns out that the compounds in basil, particularly the polyphenols, promote an improved gut microbiome diversity. And if you've listened to me enough, you know that having more diverse bugs in your gut equates to much better gut.
How would it promote diversity? Just how? Literally just give any explanation, give any argument. It just makes zero sense. It only kills the microbes. How would it then promote diversity? By killing some of them? That's the only thing that makes sense.
Gut health and personal health. Our gut bacteria love to eat basil. In fact, one study showed that participants
But it kills the bacteria in your gut. How would dead bacteria eat it exactly?
who consumed basil showed significant improvements in gut microbiota within 4 weeks of regular use. The study actually noted an increase in beneficial bacteria like bifidobacteria and lactobacillus.
Oh my God, guys, this video is getting worse and worse. I just looked up what lactobacillus does in the body. It protects you against any toxins that enter the body, heavy metals also. But if anything that enters your body and causes inflammation in the intestines, the inflammation is obviously a response to the toxicity, then lactobacillus will increase, meaning that basil is so toxic that it promotes the increase of the bacteria. Oh my God, man. He just literally proved to you how toxic it is. And literally, that's how bad this video is. And he doesn't get it. And that's the worst part. Literally, this is again proof, same as the glutathione, that it's super toxic for you, which you know by just tasting and smelling it. But even all of the studies and all of the research proves this. And he shows the opposite. He's just showing the opposite. Literally everything shows that, but he says the opposite. It's good for you and the microbes. How can it be? Yeah, it's raining. The sound is probably not very good right now. What can you do? It's nature. Okay, I took a break. The rain calmed down a bit. I also calmed down. It's just this kind of ignorance. It's almost unbearable.
What you want in your gut. I just came back from one of the large microbiota meetings in Malta this year where I was lecturing, and I can tell you that getting more lactobacillus and bifidobacterium is really paramount for improving your health. And heck, eating basil for a couple weeks will do it. Here's another good.
If you would naturally have more of any kind of bacteria, sure, yeah, if you simply eat healthy food, okay. But if you're on purpose eating toxic garbage and then push your body to create more bacteria and more of these antioxidants, then of course you're only harming your body because it's just a response to the toxicity. How do you not get this? I hope that this video is over soon. I just really can't.
Good reason. Basil has been shown to reduce oxidative stress.
Oh my God, how? Yes, please, come on. Tell us all how.
Now, part of this meeting that I was at really went into reactive oxygen species. better known as ROSs. Oxidative stress kills our mitochondria. You want free radical scavengers, and it turns out basil has you produce more of these free radicals.
Oh, it's literally the same as before. This guy is just, my God. It's literally the same again for the third time. How do you not get it? Oh my God.
Scavengers, which reduces the amount of oxidative stress. Plus, the flavonoids in basil slow down the effects of aging by the same process. So it's a win-win.
What? How? How do flavonoids slow down aging? What are you talking about?
Basil stimulates blood flow. It actually has a very high magnesium content. And if you've heard...
Yeah, and how much of the magnesium can you get out of it? Seriously, it's in the fiber. You can't break down fiber. You could juice it, but then you're getting all of the toxins in even better. It's just a lose-lose no matter what you do.
Heard me talk about magnesium. Most human beings that I see in my practice are very deficient in magnesium.
Yeah, that's very true, because we don't eat mineral-rich foods anymore. There used to be, as Wesley Price found out, 28 more times magnesium in the food that people used to eat back in the day compared to the modern diets. Compared to the diets back then, at this point, it's even way worse.
Magnesium is critical for blood vessel flexibility, it's critical for blood flow, it's critical for heart function, and it's critical for your brain. In fact, magnesium is one of the best ways to improve your mood, help your sleep, and to protect your brain.
Yeah, cool story. It's just that you can't get magnesium out of basil, so what does it matter?
Yes, and it's in basil. Basil has also been shown to improve liver function and helps detoxify the body.
Oh my God, I know what he's about to say. I think I'm about to freak out here.
As you know, liver enzymes have phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification enzymes. And basil has compounds that support phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification in the liver. So
Wait, what do you mean by support?
why not add it to your diet? Basil can also...
Wait, he doesn't even explain it. 100% again, he means that you produce more of these liver enzymes to detox from the basil. Oh, let's feed an animal something toxic. Oh, you produce more liver enzymes in response to the toxic garbage that we just gave you. Well, the toxic garbage then is good for you because you produced these detoxification liver enzymes in response to what we just fed you. I mean, that's the kind of logic. It's baby logic. And how dumb can you be?
help your brain in other ways. Basil can actually improve the production of neurotransmitters in your brain. You can actually improve your memory, learning, and concentration. In fact, a study published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine, basil was shown to reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, by a statistically significant...
Wait, cortisol, which is created out of cholesterol? Then it probably just kills it off. I want to see this. Let me try to look it up. I just looked it up. Apparently it's true. Who knows for sure? As I said, the only explanation would be that it kills off the cortisol. And that's because it's made out of cholesterol. And your cells are also partly made out of cholesterol. It's very likely that it just kills it. That's it. That's the only explanation.
amount after 60 days of consumption. That's just 2 months. So better memory, less stress, improvement in cognitive performance.
But how would you have less stress if you have more oxidative stress from it?
And memory recall were also shown in this study. And after just 2 months of basil. So let's get basil in our diet. How do you do that? Well, first of all,
Well, not by just eating it, because you hate it. So let's see what he can come up with.
you can easily buy basil plants. Most of the stores now sell organic basil plants. I find it a great...
Yeah, and for the same reason, they don't sell wild-caught fish, fish eggs, animal brain, because they don't sell healthy food, and they do sell toxic food.
Great way, because they grow in your house, or you can put them outside and you pick off a few leaves and, quite frankly, chew them. I love the taste of basil.
Oh my God, why do you lie? And literally nobody on this earth loves it. If you would love it, you would eat a kilogram of basil at a time. That's what you would do with meat.
Chop some up and put it in every one of your salads. Chop some up and put it...
Why chop them up? Why not just eat them whole?
With your fish.
Why eat with fish? Why not just basil alone?
Put it with your chicken.
Why with chicken? Why not basil alone again? You love it, right?
Cook with it.
No, why? Then you destroy what's inside.
But best, I love pesto. The combination of fresh basil, olive oil, pine nuts, and Parmesan Reggiano cheese is one of the great foods.
Yeah, the cheese, that's the only good ingredient. That's why it's bearable.
I have it almost every day when I'm in Italy, and it's readily available, and it's so easy to make. In fact, make it yourself and put it on Gundry MD sorghum pasta. So, pesto on Gundry MD sorghum spaghetti, mangia, mangia. That means eat, eat. And you're going to get all the flavor and all the benefits. Lastly, you've probably seen me make a gluten-free, lectin-free pizza using portobello mushrooms.
Isn't this the guy that was talking against lectins and all the anti-nutrients? I think so. But he simply switched to selling other kind of spaghetti and gluten-free garbage, but still eats some kind of seed sludge, I guess, or whatever, or mushroom pizza. Okay, then made out of mushrooms, whatever. Fungi. There's nothing much better about it. It's almost better to eat seeds than basil.
Top it with pesto. You'll get all the flavor, all the benefits of mushrooms and
What are the benefits of mushrooms? That I would love to hear.
basil and the rest of the pesto ingredients. You'll love it. And it's easy to do, and you can find it on my YouTube channel. And if you like what you hear, make sure, like it, share it, subscribe.
Okay, this guy is for sure in my top 3 of the most ignorant people I've ever listened to. Obviously, I was expecting ignorance because of the title of the video. If you make a video about the benefits of basil or any kind of herb, then I expect ignorance. But this kind of severe ignorance, you literally talk about your body producing glutathione in response to it and liver enzymes to detox from it, but you say that it's beneficial. Now, how can you come to this conclusion when you have actual proof of your body rejecting it and fighting against it? It makes zero sense. It's some kind of denial. You really want to believe that? You just wanted to make a video because you have no more video ideas? You had to come up with something incredibly stupid? I don't get it. And then there's people who watch this and actually believe him. That's bad. It would be one thing if this was some comedy video, which it is for me. I can't see it as anything else. It's just incredibly funny stupidity. But when you actually take this seriously and you start adding basil to your diet, believing that this is what's gonna help you detox, the opposite of what it actually does, and that it actually is gonna help you against oxidative stress, even though he proved it himself that it causes oxidative stress in the body, and he literally shows you the proof of what it does, and then says the opposite. How can it be? But thanks for watching.